yourself. You're doing well today. Welcome back to my channel. Well, I've been craving deviled eggs, and I want to make them a little bit spicy, but you don't have to. It's just a southern recipe. I actually found a couple of recipes, and I'll probably add a couple of ingredients that I found from those recipes, but it's pretty basic. I bought a new deviled egg tray, so I want to use it, and I'm thinking about making some oven barbecue chicken, and I think deviled eggs would be a nice accompaniment to it. So I'm going to put them in the Instant Pot, and with about a cup of water. I'll show you. So let me turn the camera around and let's boil some eggs. This is the rack I have. I think it's the egg rack, but I'm not sure. But anyway, that's what we use. So I'm going to put a little water. And you only need about a cup. I usually go over a little bit because my rack's pretty high. So I'm going to put that. And I have large eggs. I'm not going to make a full dozen. It'd be hard for us to eat that many. But I just place them in here like so, and eggs are a good snack. I like to have boiled eggs to snack on. Sometimes it's a lot of protein, and oh, I almost dropped one. Oh, I'm running out of space, guys. I'm just gonna have to, I gotta fix this. I gotta put that in there. I need 2 more. Let's see, how many are, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's perfect. Hopefully it'll work out this way. Let's put the lid on. Now, you know, I'm the worst with, I look at so many recipes sometimes, and then I forget where I actually found it, and I'll never find it again. So I have to just kind of remember. But I have my own recipe, so, okay, let's put it on. I don't have my glasses on. I'm going to put it on steam, and I know I'm going to do 5 minutes. I think you can do it in like 3, but I want to make sure mine are hard-boiled. And we'll be back after the, I'll quick release my eggs. I might have overcooked them just a little bit, but let's go put some cold water, and I'm going to put ice on top so they'll cool off faster. That's a little trick I learned. And hopefully they'll peel easily, but I see one busted just a little bit. But that's okay. I think I'm going to take the rack out. And that should be, let me show you the, this one cracked just a little bit, but it'll be fine. And when I boil them on the stove, I do that trick about the salt. I'm not sure if it's really true, but it seems to work for me. Here it is. I want to see, this one's a little, but I think I'm going to be able to save that one. Anyway, so I'm going to let these cool off, and then we're going to start making the mixture. Instead of using pickle relish, and I like sweet, I'm going to use these jalapenos I pickled last year. And they're a little on the sweet side because the recipe called for sugar. I'm going to take some of these out. And there's also some onion in here. And I'm going to chop them up really fine and put them in the mixture. And that is thyme, I believe. That's a lemon. I don't want to put that. I can get rid of that. And they're crunchy, and they really have a good flavor. You can eat them just like this. And they're really good. And they are a little spicy. But these are going to be perfect. But instead, you could use pickle relish if you wanted to. And sometimes I add a little bit of onion. But today I'm going to use a little onion powder. I'm trying to keep it fairly simple. So once I chop this, then I'll be able to peel the eggs. And hopefully they'll come out all in one piece. I want these to be really small. These have the seeds and everything. And put those in a little dish. And I may even put maybe a teaspoon of the liquid from the jar. So that's all we're going to chop. So now we're going to move over and peel the eggs. I only had trouble with one of them where it wanted to stick. So basically, I just cut them in half, and I try to be gentle. But see, that's perfectly cooked for me. It doesn't have the green ring. I actually don't mind if they're cooked a little extra. And I forgot to get my spoons for all my ingredients. But basically, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to take this bowl and very carefully put the yolk in here. Or the yolks, rather. I'm so excited for deviled eggs. I'm going to use a little bacon. It's going to be so good. We like to eat these. We don't eat them all the time, so it's kind of a special treat. So I'm just going to, you know how to cut them in half and then take the yolks out and pray that they come out okay. But yeah, these are perfectly boiled, and I did that for 5 minutes. Excuse me. So I'll continue doing this, and then I'll pause and I'll bring you back. So now we're just going to mash the egg yolks. You want to mash them up really well. Oh, I'm sorry. No, the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take my egg. Look what I just did. Look, y'all, this is like one of those days I'm having, and my counter's cleaned. I'm so sorry I threw it on. I'm trying to show you the egg whites. Look at this one. It's kind of shaped funny. I forgot to tell you one of the most important things is you want to put just a pinch, not much, just a pinch of salt on your egg whites, or Cajun seasoning, or whatever seasoning you like. But I like just a little bit of salt and pepper on my egg whites. Not too much, because we're going to season the egg yolks as well. But we do like black pepper. Okay. Now I have to clean that up. Sorry about that. Now I'm going to mash these. With just a fork. I could use a potato masher or something, but I'm just going to use a fork. I like them to be mashed up pretty well. Hope you can see what I'm doing. And the more I stir them, the more they're going to get mashed. I like the Instant Pot. It works pretty quickly. Just for a little bit. Alright, that's probably good enough. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, I make these different every single time I make them. So today we're going to add those candied, well, I call them candied jalapenos. They're just really delicious. And next year if we grow some more, I'm going to make 2 jars instead of 1, but they're really good. And not in everything, but just some things. Okay, now I'm going to add just a little bit of salt and pepper to this. Now the mayonnaise has salt in it, for sure. And a little pepper. And it depends on how creamy you like yours as to how much. I always start off with just a little touch of mayonnaise because I don't want it to overpower, and I don't want it to be too runny. So I'm just going to add a couple of tablespoons. That's probably all I'm going to need. I'm going to add my jalapenos. It's going to be pretty spicy. You could put pickle relish, or some people just don't add anything. I do that sometimes. I make them without anything at all. So that, I'm going to add a pinch of Dijon mustard because it's going to go against the sweetness of the, oh, I don't know why my Dijon mustard does that all the time. Oh, just a little bit. And let's add just a little dash of hot sauce. Not much. And I'm going to add just a tiny bit of onion powder. If my husband liked onions, I would put finely diced red onion. And I'm going to add just a tiny bit of the paprika in the mixture. Most people put it on top. Let's mix this up and see what we have here. And I have green onions, but they're frozen. Oh, and I have some parsley. And you can see it's still not quite creamy enough. I don't like too much in this. You can see it's still pretty dry. So let's add just a little bit more. Leave me a comment and tell me what your favorite mayo is. I like Hellmann's. I do like Miracle Whip for some things, but not many things. And growing up, my mother always bought Kraft, always. And when I got on my own, I switched to Hellmann's. I really enjoy the flavor. And Blue Plate is actually made in Louisiana, and it's a good mayo as well. All right, that looks much creamier, you see? So let's give it a little taste. I got a little spoon here. Okay. That's actually perfect. There's not too much mayo. You can really taste the egg yolk. perfect salt. And I also had some, I crumbled up a piece of bacon that I cooked in the oven. And I think I'm going to put that on top. So you can pipe this in the center if you have time. Let's put it on the, I have extra. Here's my plate I was telling you guys about. And let me show you the cookbook I got, if I can find it. Oh, sorry, I lost it already. My kitchen's a wreck right now. Let's put the egg whites in. And I guess let's try to pick the prettiest ones. And we can always do something with the other ones. Eat them or make tuna fish or egg salad. This might hold more than I realized. It's going to be almost perfect. Oh, we're going to have to use one of the misshapen ones. See that? I don't know if I have the camera right. I'm so sorry. I want to make sure you can see. Now, I don't go to the trouble of piping it. You could. But I am going to use the smaller spoon. And I just put it in the center. And I kind of push it in. But that's how I basically fill them. And I usually end up with just the perfect amount of filling. And I have to use my fingers a little bit. So let me fill these and then we'll do the next step. Okay, that worked out perfectly. They're pretty stuffed. So let's just add, first let's add just a little tiny bit of bacon. This is totally optional. I'm just going to add just a little bit on top. But it's a pretty simple recipe. Not too many ingredients. But I know everybody makes it differently. These are, I think this is my favorite ones I've ever made. I really like the jalapenos I made. I like that addition. That was the first time I ever tried it in deviled eggs. And this is only one slice of bacon, and I'm not even going to use the whole slice. You could if you wanted to, I guess. But I don't want to cover up all of my pretty egg yolk. Okay. Let me rinse my hand, or wipe it with a paper towel. And we're going to take just a tiny bit of parsley and put it on top. I love a little parsley. It makes it, sometimes I go overboard though a little bit. I'm trying not to today. Okay. So there's the deviled eggs. And they are going to be good. And of course we're going to do a taste test for you guys. So I'll be back with Ella. I couldn't find it a while ago. It's Southern Living, and it's from this 1970. And it has some really retro recipes in here. And I'll definitely be making some of these. And I might do a video about some of my cookbooks if I get the guts to do it. So we're getting ready to do our taste test. I think we're going to put a little lettuce in the center for the picture. Okay, well, here's the deviled egg. And I know deviled eggs, there's so many recipes, but these are so delicious. So let's take a taste test. I'm not going to stick the whole thing in my mouth, although I could. Sorry. That's Ella. She finally came home today. I think this is the best ones I've ever made. And you can really, I didn't overpower the egg yolk. That's very important to me. And the jalapenos added a little sweetness and really not much spice. But they're really good. So just try my method or my ingredients. And I hope you enjoyed the video. I always wanted to share a deviled egg recipe. It's just such a southern, delicious recipe. And I'm going to make some baked chicken tonight in the oven, barbecued or something. So this is going to go well with it. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't. I would appreciate it so much. Have a great day or night. And I'll see you next time. Bye.